Chapter 6. The Witch's Shadow. The Druid village hummed with a tension as palpable as the scent of Jez's pies cooling on Archaeus's table, apple and cinnamon, a fleeting comfort amid the storm brewing beyond their borders. She stood at the head of the council table, her allies arrayed around her like roots anchoring a tree. Runver sat to her left, his calloused hands restless, scars from a lifetime of battle stark against his weathered skin. Archaeus was to her right, his dark hair falling into eyes that flickered with both resolve and something softer when they met hers. Dara lounged against the wall, his leather armor creaking, while Wilthur and the Druids, her Salar with his sharp wit, Palamin with her quiet strength, Baro with his nervous energy, and Theberos with his ancient calm, filled the benches. Marketh's face shimmered in the scrying orb, his voice crackling with impatience. "Let's not dawdle. The witch won't." Jez laid out the grim reality, her voice steady despite the knot in her chest. The witch isn't just a rumor anymore. Her necromancers raid our outskirts, her cannibals leave trails of bones. She's building something, power, an army, maybe both. We've got to stop her before she buries us. She unrolled a map, its edges curling, and pointed to clusters of red marks. Sightings, attacks, all creeping closer. Runver's fist slammed the table, rattling the pie tins. "I've buried too many friends, lost too many nights to her shadows. I won't lose you, Jez." His voice broke, and she gripped his hand, feeling the strength that had carried her through childhood. "We'll fight together, Dad. But I need the element's power first. The trials. They're my way forward." Archaeus's fingers brushed hers, a quiet anchor. "And we'll hold the line. Fortifications, alliances. When you return, we'll be a wall she can't break." His words stirred warmth in her, but guilt gnawed at her too. Their stolen moments, nights by the fire, his laughter at her terrible puns, the way he traced constellations on her skin, felt fragile against the weight of her duty. Dara stepped forward, unfolding a scrap of hide marked with charcoal sketches. Scouts found these, tracks like claws but bigger, circling the eastern woods, and there's a smell, like rot and brimstone. She's close. Wilthur's staff tapped the floor, his eyes distant. The earth groans under her influence. We need more than walls. We need a plan. The council erupted into discussion. Her Sailor suggested earthen ramparts laced with vines that could ensnare intruders. Palamin proposed traps, pits lined with sharpened roots, triggered by pressure. Baro fidgeted, muttering about herbal wards to repel undead, while Theberos advocated for emissaries to the hill tribes, his voice slow and deliberate. Marketh's orb pulsed as he barked, "Get me iron and I'll forge weapons that'll cleave her minions in half." Jez listened, nodding, her mind racing to weave their ideas into a cohesive defense. Beyond the council, Jez prepared in her own way. She trained Luna, the dire tiger cub, in the clearing behind her hut, teaching her to crouch low and pounce on straw dummies. The cub's amber eyes gleamed with mischief, and Jez laughed as Luna bowled her over, claws sheathed but heavy. Zelen, a gangly boy with a mop of red hair, shadowed her, begging for lessons. "Teach me the bow, Jez, I'll fight too." She relented, showing him how to nock an arrow, his small hands trembling with effort. Their hope fueled her, a reminder of why she pressed on. Her horns had grown, curling now like young branches, and her skin prickled with wild energy. She pored over the trials and fundamentals of the druidic arts, its pages brittle under her fingers, memorizing incantations that summoned thorns and gales. Archaeus surprised her one dusk with gifts from Tekrath's arcane trove, winged boots, their leather soft and enchanted, and a wand of magic missile, its wood carved with spiraling runes. "For when you need to fly or fight," he said, fastening the boots with care, his touch lingering. She kissed him then, fierce and fleeting, tasting salt and promise, but the witch's presence grew undeniable. During a patrol with Dara, Jez found a grove desecrated, trees blackened, their bark oozing a tar-like sap, the air thick with a keening wail. Kneeling, she pressed a hand to the soil and saw flashes, her grandfather's face warped by Leshen's spirit. Alonter's eyes glowing with Garangar's malice. The witch's silhouette against a blood-red sky, her voice a blade of ice. She stumbled back, Dara steadying her. "What did you see?" he asked. "Too much," she whispered, resolve hardening. The elements were her shield. She just had to claim them.